what are the biggest challenges of large enterprises while performing organizational design?
Ooh. Well, first of all, I think the challenges are kind of on two levels. One is the human level, and the other is the business practices and the mechanics of the org design to achieve a certain business outcome. So on the human aspect, of course, when you're reorganizing, you're putting people together that might not have worked together before. So there's culture clashes, there's different business practices, especially in the context of a merger or an acquisition where you're taking people from very different places and putting them together to try to optimize the talent. There's personality clashes, of course, and all that needs to be carefully managed. So I'd say one of the biggest challenges on the human side is the adoption of the new roles and responsibilities and the understanding of the structure that's been renewed or changed or optimized. So that's one. The other one is really around the business practices, harmonizing business practices, making business processes more efficient. If you're reorging, you're also probably implementing new solutions for people to work with. You're probably changing business processes. You maybe even be letting some people go, and that's could be a demotivating factor for a lot of the people that are retained in the organization. So I think the biggest challenge is, the two biggest challenges are into the human aspect, and secondly, the business practices aspect of it to achieve the business objective that you're trying to achieve by reorganizing the teams.
Thank you, Phil. How exactly HR tech can help large enterprises face those challenges?
Well, first of all, HR tech has come a long way from the traditional related database of people data that had fairly standard information about the talent in the organization. We now have access to workforce planning tools that are integrated with the financial systems. We have visualizations and data analytics tools. And how HR tech can help, I think, in a context of a reorg is, simulating scenarios, costing out different organizational scenarios, modeling different talent situations, simulating new talent in the organization and alternative types of talent. For example, what would it look like if we contracted out certain roles, or what would it look like if we outsourced to a shared service center some of the transactions that are being done by people today. So it really allows you to quickly visualize what the organization could look like and what are the impacts on not only headcount costs, but also the mix of talent within all the different teams. So it can really help you get to the end outcome of a reorganized team environment much more.
Phil, and what are tangible outcomes the large enterprises may anticipate after implementing an HR tech, HR software?
Oh, well, there are tangible and intangible benefits that they should be looking for to measure the success of the reorg using visualization software, hopefully. On the tangible side, there's always an ROI on optimizing talent through a reorg. And so the ROI is typically better performance, optimized business practices, and lower or optimized headcount costs. And where the headcount costs actually increase, it's what is the payback on that new talent or developed talent through the reorg that they can expect. The visualization software helps you model out these scenarios, quickly make decisions, and proceed with the reorg. And it also helps you explain it to employees. So the intangible benefits of a reorg using a visualization software is engagement around new roles and responsibilities, better collaboration around teams, increased people performance, and employee engagement really around the reorg. And the other intangible one is retained talent. That might be key to the continuity of the organization's commercial practices, but also growth type skills that might be retained, or people that are part of this initiative in a real important way, that could be predictive of success as the company grows, if that was the objective of the reorg. So they're both intangible and tangible benefits, and it really helps to be able to visualize what the organization is going to look like in the future, to be able to explain it to employees, but also to get to the synergies and other objectives that might be aimed at, get back to the objectives that were originally determined for the project.
And Phil, here you focused more on HR visualization software,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe for to visualize how organization looks like. Maybe we can speak more about OrgDesign.
Speak more about OrgDesign.
OrgDesign. What are tangible outcomes when we use HR software for OrgDesign for large enterprises? Or would it be the same? Would it be similar?
It'd be kind of the same. So I guess,
okay.
Let me just, I'll try to answer it then. It's, so it's one thing to look at the organization through a visualization tool in the as-is mode. What's really important is to start to simulate different scenarios in the to-be mode, mm-hmm. and then make decisions on that basis. Typically, organizations use manual tools like Excel and Visio, or even PowerPoint for the visualization part. Power BI maybe to get some charting and trending analysis out on people data in a simulated environment or a scenario kind of environment. But to do that's onerous, error prone, requires lots of back and forth of documents to get approvals. To get opinions around how we should organize talent. But if you have all-in-one OrgDesign tools simulating different scenarios that everyone can see, and that even has workflow built into it where you can share scenarios and get approvals, that's where the real payoff is for OrgDesign software in the context of OrgDesign and org integrations.
Thank you, Phil, for sharing all those valuable insights with our audience. I believe everyone who follows Nakisa on YouTube will really appreciate it. Thank you for being with us, and I hope to see you more often in our next interviews.